Hi, I'm Linda Deir, and the guides are going to have a conversation with you about helping you walk through this life in the highest possible way. Yes, a way that all will yield a vibration of transformation on a vibration of love. You keep bringing this up about a vibration of love. Yes, strong vibration beginning to unfold now because you are starting to be vibrating strong enough to work with us. How do you want everyone to work with you? Be doing your journaling every day. Ah, vibration will build on that frequency of talking to us through this way of healing yourself. Value that you possess is so wonderful that we are in for a unstoppable, stress-free way of getting you above the noise of fear and doubting yourself ever again. That is a trap. Yes. Vibration you are capable of is what we are working on now. Be ready to vibrate with us. That will take some energy and feel good after you are in sync with us. Okay. How long with practice like you just talked about? How long is it going to take before the people who are watching this that really want to make this connection with you, how long is it going to take them once they start this regimen to have this connection, to feel it, to know the difference between them and you? Most will be hitting gold within 9 weeks. That means they are with the program to follow us through their vibrational learning curve. Okay, so what they're saying here is every time you sit with them in your journal, and I'm going to bring the journal out that they're talking about. This is that journal. It's on Amazon. Linda Deir, My Guided Journey. It's the companion journal to my true life story, Guided. Together, my guides and I channeled this information. It describes how I learned to do this from the time I was 7 years old, the journaling part. The connection part started when I was 20 months old. But then I started school. I was kindergarten, first grade, second. I couldn't be walking around talking to my guides. So I started journaling. I started writing in my notebooks and having this conversation, keeping it going while I was in the outer world where nobody had a clue about any of this stuff in the 50s. All right. So that's what they're talking about here. Get the journal and start using it each day. Start with part 3. You want to start with this is part 2 of a there's 3 parts to it. The first part explains how this all works. Okay. The second part really happens after you start writing in the third part. The third part is where you put in your daily journal entries about what was unusual and out of the ordinary that day. That's the first thing. And then after you write that down, examine how that makes you feel. I mean, really makes you feel. Because with that, when you really flush out how it made you feel, not what's okay to feel, not what you shouldn't feel, no, what you feel, you're going to have the next one. The next thing you need to write in here is about what did you realize? There's no effort in that. As soon as you flush out how what you wrote down made you feel, it'll just show up. You're going to realize something. And from that, you're going to know this last question here is what action are you going to take? It's going to be so obvious to you. There'll be no effort in that. The only effort is in remembering what happened out of the ordinary, unusual things. Write them down. Jot them down with keywords until you have a chance to write it all out. And then you're in a peaceful place. No one's around you to distract you. You put your phone over there and no phone right now. And then you examine how what you wrote down made you feel. You guys, within 1 month, you can go to part 2. Part 2 is 8 chapters of where you got off track and how it happened in your early life. It always happened in your early life. Whatever's controlling you now was born from your early life, from everything around you that forced itself on you, that made you do things, that didn't respect who you are, that didn't take time to know who you are, let alone you know who you are. This is how you're going to get yourself back and know who you are and never, ever, ever doubt yourself again. And being in fear, what a scam. You're going to see right through it. Gifts will surface. You will be free. Yes. Start now. This will be necessary for the others. What do you mean by that? We see a broken world. You and us will heal that world, and you will attract a vibration of worried people that will need your help. We are with you and vibrating with you to instantly know what to do with each person. Yes, we believe in all who are willing to find a way to work through this failure in the world to begin again. walk with us, and you will be fine. Yes, you will endure vibrations of dread and be turning to us when you are being true to yourself. See, you guys aren't used to having this at your disposal on command. Doing this work in the journal. This is how I started. This is how it all started. When you start to do this work and you start to find out what was unusual, out of the ordinary, and your reaction to it, that's what's going to change. You can't change what's going on in the outer world. It's your reaction to it that needs to change. And that's where, with this vibration, throughout my life, in fact, part one, there's 4 parts in my True Story Guided. Part one says, raised by spirit guides. I refused to let my family raise me. I let them think it, but that was never happening. I was getting information, divine information, that walked me through that ridiculous childhood. I still breathe from it. I almost didn't make it, and they warned me and they told me that I may not while I was going through it in my childhood. You guys, the information's always right at our fingertips. We never would have come into this life without our guides to help us through this, to see what we couldn't see. Okay, that's what it's about. They show you what you can't see. But in order for you to align with them, you've got to calm down. You've got to breathe. You've got to push the stress out of your upper body. You've got to stretch yourself out and breathe so they can reach you, because you're all stressed up out. You're all, tied up and, in a knot. They can't reach you. They can't get through that. You've got to learn how to let that go so they can come in. It's that simple. You always knew how to do this when you were a little kid. You're just going back to your roots. And I'm going to let them finish this up. Yes, yes. A great healing is on the way. Yes. This will be fast and deliberate. Yes. You will gain the most because you will be ready. What they mean is you will have done the work. You will have done what they told you to do consistently every day, night, whatever time of the day, of the 24-hour cycle that you have availability to do this. This is the most important thing you need to do right now. You can already see that you're not going to beat what's going on. You're not going to get ahead. You need help. Yes. High energy develops quickly when you are in good frequency with us. And even you will be surprised at the benefits you gain from our time together. Okay, I'll see you next week. We'll keep this going and the guides will keep you informed.